Today we will be celebrating the Lorax by Dr. Seuss with crafts and games. Let me tell you a little bit about the Truffula tree. Way back in the days when the grass was still green and the pond was still wet and the clouds were still clean and the song of the swomy swans rang out in space, one morning I came to this glorious place and I first saw the trees, the Truffula trees, the bright colored tufts of the Truffula trees, mile after mile in the fresh morning breeze. And I don't know about you, but that makes me think about cool flowers in springtime and all the beautiful colors and the things that we see blooming and just how beautiful spring is. So one of the things I did to create a Truffula tree was I went onto the internet and I made a simple coloring sheet. I just googled Truffula tree and cut and paste and made a few on a white sheet of paper. And then one of the things I did is use some paper straws, and they're green and they look kind of like a tree, and they kind of made the stem sort of similar to the picture. And then what I did was I took a glue stick and I swirled it around and I put some pom-poms on the Truffula trees. So we are going to use large pom-poms, which you can find at craft stores and dollar stores. We're also going to use the straws. The green and white stripe is my favorite one, and that's the paper straw. It's a little easier to glue than a plastic straw. And that is this craft that was a coloring sheet of the Truffula tree. Now I'm going to show you a couple of things that are more of what I would call games that you can make to celebrate the Truffula tree. I am going to show you this, which is a really cool, fun thing. So you can make these are poppers. So you get a paper cup would be really helpful to use, and it's called a popper. You're gonna make a little hole in the bottom, and just be careful. You can use something like some kid scissors. I'm using my sharper scissors. That's what I have right now. So you kind of make an X, but you don't put it all the way. Just a little bit of room on the bottom there. And then you're going to need balloons. Now, I had to get my balloons, I got my balloons from the dollar store. And I got one size and had to get a bigger size. And so make sure you've got the more like a medium size balloon, I would call it. Excuse me. And you stretch it. And then you need to put it on the cup. So let me get that. Oh, I'm sorry. Pardon. I am missing a step. First, you tie the balloon. Sorry. And you do that first. That's very important, actually. Oh, excuse me. Oopsie. All right. Tie the balloon. Cut off some of the balloon at the top, kind of the roundish part. And now, it should work. Now we have to open and wrap the balloon around the cup. One thing that I did not bring to the table, but was helpful for me, was to use, some tape, like Scotch tape. Because sometimes this guy's a little tricky, as you can see already. So, I'm not going to go get that, but if you want to make it make it really sure that it'll stay on there. Alright, I'm hoping. And then I had different assorted sizes of the pom-poms. So what I did was I got a whole bunch of the small ones. A lot of people have the small ones, just like dollar stores and pretty much everywhere. And that's fun. So you're going to put them inside of the cup as so. And what you're going to do like this. So let's see if it works. Aha! It pops. Very good. So then, try it again. Woo! Party! So you can do that with a lot of different types of things, and that's gonna just pour out. I love pom-poms, as you can probably tell. So you will need a cup, probably some tape to make it a little bit more sturdy, but it did work, and the balloon, and you're just gonna tie the bottom, cut off the top, and wrap it around the cup. But make sure you make a little cut that's gonna release the air into the popper. So this is my other popper that I made, and I will see if this guy's still working. Ooh, look at that. Wow, coolness. Okay, so your popper, and the other activity was to make these guys, the Truffula toss. So if you have ever watched any of the videos that I've created, you know that I am a recycling queen, try to be. And I do recycle some things. A lot of times I recycle the egg cartons. I have collected a lot of these, water bottles, all the recyclable things that are pulled to use to make things. So you'll want to cut this. I have one pre-cut, as it would be. And the pre-cut egg carton plastic. It's the easiest, one of the easiest things is to use the plastic. And as I did in another craft, I'm kind of borrowing from that craft, borrowing the egg carton implement. But, so I did use some markers in the previous craft to color and make a different spots. So see how I have numbers, and you can see the different numbers is like if you land in that spot, it was a different kind of game, but if you landed in that spot with a string and the little ball, then you caught it, and it was a catch it game, and you could get points. So for this one, I'm going to do that. But you can also, so I had just basically taken the string off of this one, but you can use paper, stickers. I found a lot of options for the tossing part of the game. So when you do, the main other thing that you have to do is you got to get some plastic straws. So this time we want plastic straws because they're, I would say, aerodynamic. You want big pom-poms, not the little ones as much, although it doesn't matter if you want to put some little ones on there too. And you want your white glue, and you're going to take your white glue and you're going to glue a pom-pom. And what I had to do was to kind of give it some time to dry. So you might want to practice some of the other fun stuff, create your other things, read a story, let it dry. Let's see if this will work. I think it's getting there. Okay, so here are a few of my Truffula tree toss game pieces. And the idea that I had is, so I have scissors, glue, balloons, straws. A lot of this is, that might have to skip you to the side for a minute. But a lot of things are things that you can get at the dollar store, which I think is one of the most fun things you can do with your kids, is try to find creative dollar store items, as well as some items you might even have at home already. So Truffula toss. Woo! So I got 2 points with that one. So let me step back a little bit and try a little harder to get, ta-da, 3 points for that one. And one more for good luck. I'm going to aim for the green. You could do that. You could have your Truffula trees match the colors of the spaces. Like I said, this was from a different craft, so I kind of borrowed it and recreated it for the Truffula trees. So what I would think would be really cool is if you had the colors of the pom-poms to match the colors that the markers go inside the cups. And I do tend to use some inexpensive Sharpie markers if you can find them in the primary colors, because that way what will happen is you can use Sharpie markers on plastic a little bit better. So Truffula tree game toss, and of course, you know, it'd be hard for me to show you on the floor. I think it'd be really cool to do this from a distance, several kids at a time. I've done things like that before. You have all the things ready as game pieces, and you're going to throw them into their separate Truffula tree catchers. And I think that is everything we need to know, but everything I have here is from the dollar store or a dollar store type store. And I think it's really cool to do fun, creative recycling crafts with your kids. And like I said, this is really straightforward. The truffle tree pattern was on the internet, and I just copied and pasted onto this white paper, which most people have, and I just stuck everything to it. So happy Truffula Tree Games, happy Lorax, and happy birthday, Dr. Seuss. Thank you.